All right, guys, welcome back to the Tactical Edge. This is episode 3. I'm Patrick.
I'm Sean.
All right. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We're here to answer your questions, to review comments that you've had below, and to give you some gear updates and look at the things that are going on in our world. Today, we're going to look at a couple things. We're going to talk about our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We're going to talk about preparedness, and then we're going to have a Q&A session at the end, so stay tuned. All right, guys, so we're at episode 3 of the Tactical Edge, and we wanted to talk today about our 1,000 subscriber.
We just hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you guys for all of that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. First things first, this is the kit that we gave away, and the winner of it was a guy who goes by the name of Alex. I don't recall the last name right now, but Alex ended up winning this kit, and he ended up being out in North Carolina as well. Matthews, North Carolina, so that's a little south of here.
Near Charlotte.
Yeah. And
how'd you get in touch with him?
So we first went on to Instagram to DM him, because that's, you had to be a follower on Instagram as well. So
right.
We DM'd him on Instagram and wasn't hearing back from him. It was actually like a couple days. I didn't hear back from him, and so I emailed him, DM'd him, and then I told him, like, hey man, we kind of need to know. So I ended up, he actually had placed an order with us before, so I looked up his name, and I found his phone number.
Yeah.
And so I gave him a call, and he didn't answer the phone call. Finally, he called me back a couple hours later, and I was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, hey man, it's Sean. Just want to let you know, like, you just won our giveaway. And he's like, what? No way. And so I told him everything that he was getting, and he was just super excited. He was, woohoo! Like, he was ready to go. So we were getting all excited about it, and it was a lot of fun.
So when you first contacted him, you didn't tell him what the deal was? Or did you? Like, did you leave a message?
Yeah.
And said, hey, you won?
On the cell phone. Yeah. So I left him a message and was like, hey man, this is Sean at Maverick. I've got some good news. It's about our giveaway, but
yeah.
I'm like, just give me a call back when you can.
So you didn't really drop it on him officially until
I'm sure he kind of knew.
He figured, yeah.
But he was excited. I'm excited for him.
Well,
it's an awesome kit.
And one of the great things too that we ended up doing, and we didn't tell you guys we were going to do it, and we decided at the last minute, we actually threw 2 plates in.
Yep. So 2 XM1 plates, which is our level 3A plates. We didn't have that in the giveaway. It was just the fabrics from Agilite here. But one of the main reasons why we threw those in last minute is because what good's a plate carrier without some plates in it, right? And then that, it's our giveaway, so we wanted to put some of our stuff in the plate carrier, of course, and then it also brought the price up to around $1,000. So $1,000, 1,000 subscribers. It all just came together nicely, adding those plates in there, and I'm sure he's going to love that kit.
So what did you say? You said up to Colin about when you get to?
Oh yeah,
how many?
Yeah, I was telling Colin that when we just hit 1,000 subscribers and gave away $1,000. So does that mean 100,000, $100, or $100,000? Stay tuned. We'll
That's
see.
right.
I don't know.
You guys keep subscribing to us. We'll see where we go with that.
Yeah,
but
get us to 100,000.
We're not promising anything.
Get us to 100,000 and we'll talk about
That's
it.
That's right. Yep.
But yeah, so that's exciting stuff.
Well, cool. Yep. So we're glad we were able to do the giveaway. Keep staying tuned to us and liking our videos and checking us out. We're doing a lot more reviews on things. We did some takes today.
Yep.
On some new stuff coming out, which will be coming out in the next few weeks. We're dropping a video a week right now. So we appreciate you guys tuning in and checking our channel out. So that's good. So that's our 100,000 or our 1,000 subscriber giveaway.
Yep.
And then the other thing, the main thing we wanted to talk about today was preparedness, right? Mm-hmm. Preparedness and what exactly does that mean? We were thinking about 4 different topics that have been going on in the U.S. over the past month or so, and even leading up to the election. And so we wanted to review those real quick and talk about being prepared. And so those 4 topics, the number one thing was the second attempt on Trump's life, assassination attempt. So we've had that going on, kind of cray-cray stuff that we've been dealing with here in our world, in America. One of the many things.
And going alongside of that is the election coming up. Both of those things are chaotic, and it's just causing more chaos the more people hear about, assassination attempts and stuff. And then, there's craziness on both sides when it comes to an election. And so all that stuff is just going to cause a lot of chaos and uncertainty, as we're going into, it's less than a month away when you see this video. So you just don't know, and that's kind of where that leads into preparedness. We want to make sure you're prepared for stuff like this. And then we've had the natural disaster recently of the hurricane that came up through Florida and made its way all the way up the coast into the mountains of North Carolina and caused tons of damage. And people who would have never thought their city would be flooded now don't have any power or internet, and could have never thought about it, but it happened. And again, it's just another reason why you should be prepared. And then,
Yeah, I feel like that, even going back to the Trump thing, that either way, no matter who it is, whether Harris wins or Trump wins, either way, there's gonna be some chaos, right? There's gonna be some uprisings, or people are not gonna be happy either way. And so we don't know what that leads to, right? And then so with the natural disaster side of it, we didn't realize that when it came in, we thought as it came in from Tallahassee that it was going to go up through Atlanta and kind of go all the weather people were saying it was going to go west, more of a west turn, and it didn't. And so North Carolina got hit. Got hard. And I don't know, most of you guys probably know that we're in central North Carolina. We're in the Burlington, Elon area. And so we didn't get hit as bad. We got some wind, we got some rain, but nothing, no flooding really.
Nothing too bad.
But the western part of North Carolina hit really hard. I know you guys have seen the news and seen a lot of YouTube videos on that. My oldest son was actually called last night. He works for a contractor for Duke Energy, and they were actually called up last night to go west to help out with the disaster relief. And I don't know with him exactly what that entails, but we'll be talking to him this week and find out. But anyway, you've got that natural disaster side of it as well that you never know when it's going to hit.
Yeah, I think a good way to bring this into the whole preparedness, where we want to go with this is the last reason we want to talk about this is the union strike.
Yeah, ILA.
You know a little more about that than me. What exactly is going on there?
So it's actually the union. The dock worker union, and it's from Maine all the way around to Texas, and it can affect a lot of people and a lot of things.
So that would be like stuff coming in from cargo ships and
going out
too. Okay.
Yeah, it's in imports and exports.
Wow. Which is like everything you use in your daily life is imported.
Yeah. I've watched a few videos, YouTube videos, and I watched the mayor of New York talk this morning and was talking about they had things under control. And that's probably the case. They probably do have it under control for a period of time.
For now.
For a period of time. And because they have resources and warehouses of stuff that has been coming in that they've known this has been a thing for a while. But as far as them coming to a resolution, from what I've heard, at least from the time we're taping here, there really didn't seem to be a good option for a resolution because they're wanting like 70% pay increase. Oof. And I think they're talking like 30 over on this side. And so it's a big difference. Mm-hmm. in what they're wanting. And my understanding is they haven't even sat down and had talks since like June.
Yeah.
So and then Biden said today, I heard him this morning, and again, we're recording here right at 1st of October, but basically this morning he was saying he was not going to get involved. And he could get involved. He could sit down, but he said this morning he was not going to get involved with this. So,
like worst case scenario, what happens? We don't have access to certain foods and supplies in our grocery stores. I mean, could that happen?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what all is imported and exported,
Right.
or and what those deal with. But they're talking like it's not going to be a huge deal, because we do have things in this country, right? We do have some things. We have food,
Of course.
right? But there is supplemental things, medication. That's one of the big things that we get from overseas.
Yeah.
Medication's a big deal. Again, they're saying they've stockpiled some. They got warehouses of
Right.
stuff. So if this only goes for a week, maybe it's not a big deal. But if it goes longer,
Yeah. If it goes longer, we could potentially lose access to the amenities that we use in our everyday lives, which kind of is where we're trying to go. Is you want to be prepared. You want to be prepared for anything that we're talking about here today, whether it be just chaos from an election or a natural disaster that you didn't see coming. Workers going on strike, and now Food Lion doesn't have anything.
Right.
And so it just comes down to being prepared for these things that you can't necessarily foresee, right?
right? Well, I mean, we saw that in with the COVID-19, right? With toilet paper, who knew,
Right.
that was going to be a thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's important for us to have things and be ready. So I'm not a paranoid person. I'm not a person that's crazy talking about, I've said this before, zombie apocalypse. I'm not a zombie apocalypse
There's
person.
a line there.
There is.
You can be prepared, and then you can be crazy,
Right.
like storing stuff away for years and living in a bunker. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we like to enjoy our lives as it is, but I mean, just throw some stuff in the cabinet, just stockpile some stuff here and there.
So what does that mean? What does preparedness mean? And let's
Yeah,
talk about that a little
definitely.
bit.
Well, when it comes to preparedness for me, I kind of think of what we do, and that is, I want to be prepared for, if other people aren't prepared, they're going to be coming to
Correct.
me. And so I'm going to be prepared for other people coming to me trying to take my stuff. And I'm going to have body armor. I'm going to have my guns and ammunition. And I'm going to make sure that my family's protected first and foremost. And the first line of that is body armor. The reality is that, you want to protect yourself. And so body armor and firearms are, in my opinion, a great first step to being prepared. But behind all that, you have to, pile some stuff away.
So that's what I was going to say. You're going on that aspect of protecting it and all. I think of like, I want to make sure I have food and water. Those are some of the main things. We've got some 25-year food stored away, like 6 months supply. We've got canned foods, things of that nature. Food and water. I've got, batteries and flashlights and lighters.
Yeah.
Things. We've got like a camp stove with propane. In case the
Maybe
power goes out.
Having a generator, I mean, that's a great way to
Generator.
be prepared.
That's right. Another thing I think of is a solar panel, where you can charge, batteries like your cell phone.
Yeah.
Charge
Better yet,
yourself.
if your whole house is solar powered.
Yeah.
Sounds expensive though.
Yeah.
But
yeah, some of those items, that we're talking about that are important to have. And that goes back to, like you said, also having guns and ammo.
well, yeah, once all that stuff, once you have all that stuff, and you have it for your family, it's for your family.
Right.
And if somebody else is not ready at all, and they're not a good person, they're going to come and try and take it from you.
Right.
And like I said, I'm going to protect my family, and I'm going to make sure I have, guns and armor
And that is one of the conversations that we do end up having with a lot of people, right? Is that a lot of people will tell you immediately, guns and ammo. I got guns and ammo, man. But we have to say, hey, if you've got guns and ammo and you think you might have to use it, probably somebody else is going to be shooting at you.
Yeah.
Right, shooting back at you. If you think you have to shoot to protect, and so that's where we come on the body armor side.
For sure.
And we've seen more and more of that with civilians lately in what we do in our business, of people arming up, so to speak, protecting their family and having viable protection for their whole family.
Yeah.
So it is definitely, that part of it is definitely something to think about.
No doubt.
But preparedness. So you guys, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, we'd like to hear what you guys think on preparedness, and
what are some things that we're not thinking of? I mean, now we could go deeper and say, more zombie apocalypse type thing, and I can tell you some other things, like other things that I've got. So, which is pretty cool, actually, but it depends on how bad things get. How bad's it going to get, guys?
You heard it here first. He's crazy.
Yeah, how bad's it going to get? Is it just, maybe it's just a power outage for a week or two, generators, water, a little bit of food. But if it did get worse, I got cigarettes that are vacuum sealed.
Not for him.
No, I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't smoke. But speaking of that, I've got liquor.
Aye.
I don't drink, but I got it because guess what? The guy next door does drink.
That's a valuable trading tool.
You doggone right it is. What if I've got some Crown Royal? How much water would you trade for some Crown Royal?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that
Let us
would
know in the comments.
right. There's a lot of people that would trade that. So there, you can get deeper. I said I wasn't the zombie apocalypse guy, but
Yeah, I mean,
it just depends on how far you want to go with it. And for a few bucks, it's not hard to have some things along that nature, along that line.
and honestly, there's like a kind of a fun part to that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you hope you never have to use any of that, but
And
at the end of the day, it's kind of fun just to like store some stuff away and think like, hey, what if there is a zombie apocalypse?
And you know what? If it got bad enough and I did want to drink, I'd have it.
There you go. Yeah. If it's your last days,
Right?
then yeah.
But
might as
anyway, comment below. Let us know some things that you guys think about.
Yeah.
And then I guess the last thing we're going to talk about is maybe some Q&A. All right, guys. So, the longer form content that we've been doing, one of the things that we want to concentrate on, and why we're doing it, is to do some Q&A time. And you guys comment on our videos. We get phone calls from you. We have discussions with people at our store and at gun shows. So we want to bring some of those things out, and a couple of things that we want to talk about on this episode here.
Yeah. Well, like you said, we're trying to build a community here for sure. And so the more you comment, the more we have to talk about and respond back to. So keep the comments coming. Keep asking questions. We love it. We just want to keep it going. So let's start out with Austin Morgan says, never been a dangler kind of guy, but the shape alone of this pouch, talking about the 6-pack dangler pouch here, makes its utility and quality better than most on the market.
So yeah, I like the 6-pack. I don't personally run a 6-pack, but I do like the 6-pack. One of the main things I like about it is the fact that when you sit down, it moves, right? It's not stiff, so it gets out of your way. And so I like that. It has so many capabilities. right? It's got a place for tourniquet and stuff like that on the bottom. It also has a band that goes around you, the strap, so you can use it as a fanny pack. You could also use it as a crossbody. I've had guys that want a pouch to put a firearm in that doesn't look suspicious, right? That pouch that is a crossbody, nobody's going to think you're concealing in that. So I like it for that as well.
Yeah.
But, also it's kind of medical. I think of it as medical. So if you run the MD2, you really probably don't need it.
Yeah, unless you just need extra storage.
Right, extra storage. But for me, I've got the second layer admin, right? And then I've got the MD2 on my belt. So for me, I'm like Austin. I don't personally run it either, but it is a great little pouch. And it does have a
lot of great utilities.
It does. I'll tell you a good example of that, Sean, is we had an order from a guy that he was outfitting his family. And for him and his son, who are going to be the front line guys, they got the MD2s, right, for the IFAC.
Right.
And, because they're more hands-on, they're going to be the guys, handling things that if something goes bad. But he wanted the K0 with the dangler, with the six-pack on the bottom for the three girls, so they can carry other things.
Right.
Not necessarily IFAC, but maybe light stuff like Band-Aids and antiseptics and stuff like that, plus whatever, protein bars or whatever you're going to carry in there, extra tourniquet on the bottom or, pens, paper, whatever. So good balance there. I like that, with talking with him.
That's a good example there. Well, cool. Let's move on. Clifford S2315 says, "Did I win?" Sorry, man. Alex did. Maybe next time.
That's right. Next time we do it, keep commenting and all. We'll see what happens next time.
And then let's go to, we had a comment here on the MD2 medical pouch there. This guy asked, is it NIR compliant, which I'm going to totally butcher what NIR means, but it's basically, does it give off a signal under night vision or...
right.
Yeah. What's the word? IR.
Does it fluoresce?
Infrared.
Does it fluoresce under night vision?
Right. So the simple answer is no, it is not NIR compliant. And first of all, the reason it's not is because that pouch would be like $500 if it was. I actually spoke to one of our representatives from Agilite, and he was telling me all about it. I talked to him about this specific thing, and he said, yeah, I mean, if you wanted something NIR compliant, it would be insanely expensive. You don't even want to know the price of just one pouch for something NIR compliant. So he said it's kind of silly to think anything on the market for an average consumer is going to be NIR compliant, because not even your military guys are running full NIR compliance.
That's true. And honestly, what I think about is there's so many other things to think about than that plate carrier or that bag being, because you've got a phone on you.
Yeah.
That phone is going to light up a lot quicker than anything like that. If you've got like buttons or whatever on your right, I mean, there's so many other things that are going to give off signals to over something like that. I don't think that's huge. I mean, I understand the question. Viable question.
Fair enough.
It is.
But I will say one thing I did learn from our rep at Agilite is that the Cadura used on Agilite stuff is NIR repellent. It repels a little bit of it. And also the multicam color pattern actually helps deter a lot of that infrared signals. So something interesting to know, that the multicam pattern actually helps with your IR there. But that is all the comments I have for today. Like I said, if you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments.
Leave them below.
We want to talk to you guys more. We want to answer more questions and just, like I said, build a community with you guys. That's kind of our main goal with this channel. And so, yeah. Any closing thoughts?
No, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. I hope it's been helpful. We want to be here to try to help answer questions and give you some knowledge about what's going on in the world and our thoughts on it, and continue to tune into us. So,
yeah,
appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. That was a great podcast, and we'll see you in the next one.